Once upon a time there lived 4 goats and a wolf near a forest. The goats spent their days grazing and playing on a meadow nearby the forest where they were living together as one united and happy bunch. However, there was a challenge they had to overcome every day. They had to protect each other from the wolf's daily attacks. Each time the wolf tried to attack any one of them, the rest of the goats would chase the wolf away by charging their sharp horns. They would all stand together and fight the wolf bravely. This had left the wolf feeling bitter and with no courage to start another attack until the next day. The wolf started scheming and plotting a new plan. He knew he could attack and kill any one of the goats on their own, but he was no match for all 4 together. He will identify their weakness and try and separate them, he thought. So the wolf sought to create division between the goats which will weaken their unity, and by dividing them he knew he would stand a better chance of eating them. The wolf sought to isolate the goats one at a time from the pack and then mount a vicious attack. So the very next day the wolf approached the goats with an offer of peace and an end to the attacks. He said,
"Every night you go to the depth of the forest trying to hide from me, but I can easily spot you. I can spot you because of your friend over there. She has white skin, so at night I can see her, and that's how I know where the rest of you are hiding."
The wolf placed his wicked ways and planted the seed of division in their minds. The next day, the black goats met and decided that the only way to prevent the attacks and protect themselves from the wolf was to expel the white-colored goat from their group. The next day, as agreed, they expelled the white goat from their group. The white goat was now all alone. She was vulnerable and scared. That night the wolf immediately attacked only the white goat and left the black goats alone. It didn't take the wolf long to kill the lonely white goat, who was already weakened by her fear of being alone and saddened by being expelled by her friends. The wolf ate the white goat without any fight from the rest of the goats. The other goats didn't come to help the white goat. They stood by and watched the wolf eat their friend. They felt a little happy and relieved that their problem-creating friend was no more, and that was a good thing for them. They thought that now they will all be safe. After a few days the wolf started attacking the goats again. This time his main target was the goat with the long neck. The wolf followed his plan and kept attacking only the goat with the long neck. When there were 4 of them in the group they could defend themselves fairly easily and from all corners of the meadow. Every time the wolf attacked the long-necked goat, the other 2 goats took risks and defended her. The wolf kept up his daily attacks but targeting only the long-necked goat. His plan was to isolate her. Once again the wolf approached the other 2 goats and said,
"Look, I know I've been attacking you for the last few days, but that's because I've been craving for deer meat for a long time. In this field there are no deers, but every time I see your friend with the long neck I think and remember deer meat. And that's the reason why I only attacked your friend and I didn't attack any of you too. Just pass your friend to me. Once I eat her I will no longer crave for deer meat. You two will be safe and we can all become friends."
The 2 goats met and they decided that the wolf must be telling the truth. The wolf was only attacking their long-necked friend for the past few days and they've been tirelessly protecting her. The wolf didn't want to attack them, they thought. All that hard work when they could be sleeping. So they believed in the wolf's deception again and expelled the long-necked goat from their group. The wolf's plan was working well. One after another, the goats were falling into his trap. As soon as the long-necked goat was isolated he attacked and ate her. The other 2 goats stood on the side and watched. The wolf soon finished eating the long-necked goat. There were only 2 goats left now. He started his attacks again on the 2 remaining goats. When he attacked one goat there was only one other goat trying to fend him off, and that was extremely risky and tiresome for the other goat. The goats were exhausted trying to defend each other. On the following day when the wolf attacked one of the goats, the second goat didn't try to fend him off. She simply left and ran away. Alone, she felt totally scared and powerless. The wolf ate the third goat. Now only one far too clever goat remains. A few days later, when the wolf felt hungry again, he began his mission. He attacked the last remaining goat. She ran as fast as she could. But eventually she ran out of energy. Breathless and tired, she fell into a ditch. The wolf came closer and closer. The goat lay in the ditch, resigned to her miserable fate. And as the wolf was about to launch his final assault, she started crying regretfully and saying,
"My death is not happening right now. I died the day I isolated the white goat. And when she was being eaten right in front of me, I stood there watching and didn't do anything to protect her. I felt safe for not being eaten, and inside I felt happy at the awful death of my friend."
The wolf mockingly replied,
You have understood it correctly, but it's too late for that. Today you have no power, and you could do nothing except regret.
and with those words he thumped the goat with his powerful claws, knocked her out, and ate her. So the wolf eventually killed all 4 goats by creating division within them, and 1 goat at a time fell into the wolf's trap. The wolf left the meadow and disappeared into the forest, perhaps waiting to divide another group.